Get on my Trayvon Martin shit real quick. This is going to be yearly reviews, part 1. Keith Thurman, what up, nigga? This is a yearly review on your performance. I don't need to say my opinion, because obviously I'm fucking saying it, dumbasses. So anyway. You fought a Joel Diaz, or a David Diaz, excuse me. You fought a David Diaz, who was past his prime. He was old. I told my nigga Beats that Duke was old and that Keith Thurman was going to walk right through him. He had gray hair showing already, and I felt that was a little bit of a mismatch. Shout outs to Keith Thurman for trying to go and fight certain guys. Now, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Keith Thurman called out Maidana. Keith Thurman called out Paulie Malignaggi. Keith Thurman called out Broner. To me, these are all guys that he could have fought and beat. He could have beat these guys, okay? So you settle for a David Diaz. You get him out of there early because he's not on your level, nowhere near. The speed, the youth, the all-around skill, ring generalship, foot movement. You had him beat in every category besides age. So I can't give you full credit for a fight like that, right? Let me see. I'll give you credit. You're still undefeated. But if you're going to call out certain guys, call out the right dudes. Okay? Fast forward. I was shocked. You know, and now, hold up. I give respect to Keith because Keith came out and said, I go to every Mayweather fight. And that nigga sits damn near ringside like, I'm not missing a damn thing. If anybody's studying this dude, it's Keith, right? But my thing is this. Everybody wants a shot at Floyd. But in the meantime, are you going to these other dudes' fights? Sitting there watching them. I want a shot at him too. Shot at him, you know? 78 asked you in like it wasn't a direct way like I really needed it to be. But it was still, it brushed off, okay? 78 has said when he asked you, when he was talking to you, do you need to pull a clinch goal or something to that matter? And the question should have been, do you think pulling a clinch, or excuse me, pulling a Shannon Briggs, do you think pulling a Shannon Briggs would be bad for the sport? Or certain fans, me, I'm a fan of Keith Thurman. Certain fans want to see you call these guys out, go to the gym and call them out like old school days used to be. Or go on Twitter like I'm officially calling you out, you know, like you got to stamp that shit, you know. My thing is this. Sean Porter came off of a loss, his first loss. Looked real good before that. Why didn't you fight him? He ain't doing shit. Why didn't you fight him? He fought August. You know? You could have waited till the beginning of the year and fought him. When you were sitting up there with Khan at the booth, Keith, why did you seem a little timid? You look like you weren't ready for the limelight. You look like you weren't the master on the throne. All that hot shit you talk, and then when you get around these B plus and A level fighters, you quiet, but you damn sure raise your voice around these D level and C level fighters. Because they ain't on your level. So I understand calling out a Malignaggi is no joke. You know what I mean? As people thought, you know. But then again, you ain't called out on Porter. You said, well, the fans want to see it. You know, I would love to do that fight. But you ain't say, I'm officially calling out Sean Porter. Matter of fact, let's make that fight happen, you know. This is what, when I think of Keith Thurman, I think of myself taking care of trying to get a job, okay? For instance, if I go to a job interview and let's say I can only put in the app, excuse me, let's say I go to a job and I want a job, right? I'll put in the application and my resume and then I'll leave. Let's say I couldn't speak to the manager. So you gotta go deep if you really want that job. Let's just say you go in, let me get an application, you fill it out, you hand in your application, you go home, right? You're waiting for that phone call. This is what a lot of boxers say, right? Keith, a lot of boxers say this. You said this, man. You just waiting for that phone call. Well, if I really want that job, right? This is your job. You really want this, not the payday. You really want the fight. If you really want it, wouldn't you call back up? Like if I want that job badly, say I did it on Thursday, right? I'll wait till, at the most, I'll wait till Monday, noon probably, and call up. I'll wait till Monday probably like 10 o'clock and call up and say, you know, I just dropped off a resume and my application. I just want to know the status on that. If there was any way we can expedite the situation, or, you know, can I present my talents elsewhere? And it seems like you ain't doing that, homie. If you really want these fights, I'm on the phone every day with Al Heyman. Like, yo, I'm ready to go to England. What's up? Book my plane ticket, nigga. You know what I mean? And think about it like this. See, this is another thing you guys messed up on. Yo, Keith, man, I think you messed up without signing to Rock Nation. Why? First off, you could have been the pioneer on that shit. There's nobody over there right now. You could easily get over there and be the top level guy, the boss, the leader, the movement of Rock Nation. They will pay you handsomely. So you mean to tell me this last fight that you just did, you didn't want to pick up $2 million for doing this fight? I'm just saying. You know, come on, my nigga. That was $2 million in the bank right there. You should have took it. $2 million for what? Then, oh man, $2 million for, and then 2 more fights after that, $2 million apiece. Fight 2 more tomato cans. You've been fighting tomato cans. You might as well keep it going. That's what I mean, man. You know, if you're going to call these guys out, when you're in the presence of these dudes, you need to really put a stamp on it. You messed up that opportunity without picking up that $2 million real quick. $2 million, you be in your pocket right now. You're like, man, that nigga was easy work. Because you know it was easy work, my nigga. Plus, his age is really what hindered him. I think he would have been a better fighter if he was younger. I'm just saying. He would have been better if he was younger. Put him back at 25. You got fucking Keith at 25 years old. Like, come on, my G. Wake up. You already know reflexes not the same when you're at 40. I was like a little younger Bernard Hopkins up in there. Like, come on. Remember when they made such a big deal out of it? Same thing with Thurman. They made a huge deal out of Thurman being over 40 and going for, a title. But the thing about Bundu and Thurman, Bundu is more successful than Thurman. In the boxing realm, Bundu's a world champion. Former world. He knows what it's like to be a world champion. I don't know, man. I think Thurman needs to call out. So let's move on from my yearly review. What I want to see in 2015 from Thurman is I want to see you fight Khan. Nobody else. Yep, I said it. I want to see you fight Khan next. I want to see you literally call somebody out. You have Twitter. Stop bullshitting. And say, I'm officially calling out so-and-so. And be a respectable dude. To be honest, it sucks to say, I don't really want to see you fight Kell Brook next. I did at first, but since this injury happened, I don't want this injury to take away from this guy's movement in the ring. It would be such a chess match to where I think fans will get bored of watching this fight. Because they all love knockouts and shit. You know what I'm talking about. But fans will get bored of watching this fight. because of how your styles are, you and Kell Brook's style. You and Khan, though? Holy shit. And right now, literally, there's no reason why it can't get made. Matter of fact, you should be on the undercard of Floyd and Pacquiao. It would be astronomical if Pacquiao can take his test, cheating bastard. But it would be astronomical. Even if you fight a Kenny Porter right now, you know? You see Floyd went up to, I think you're bigger than Floyd if I'm not mistaken. You can go up and fight Canelo. You can fight a Lara. Come on, my nigga. You can have them come down, or you can meet at a catchweight. I understand you don't want to just bounce out of the round, but step your competition up. And there are fighters out there that you could fight, you know, that you could get more recognition off of, because time's going to pass you by, my nigga. People keep on saying he's going to get a shot. I thought so too. But now that I see how he is around other fighters, it's like when he was sitting at the desk with Khan, that nigga looked shook. Go back and look. That nigga looked shook, my nigga. It's real recognized real. My nigga looked shook. And I like Keith like crazy. If I had to pick between both of them to win that fight, because everybody's perspective is now everybody, you know, now everybody likes Khan again. You know, I've never turned my back on Khan. Go check all my videos, man. I've never turned my back on Khan. I knew what the motherfucker possessed. But I want to see if Thurman believes in himself as much as us fans do. You know, let me put it like this. As much as I like Khan, I'm going to be honest, as much as I like Khan's skill, I don't really like what he stands for, what he says, all that other shit. Just boxing. Let's talk boxing, motherfucker. Stop thinking way outside the ring. Skill for skill. I want Keith Thurman to beat Khan. I want it to happen. You know? Will it happen is a different story. No, this isn't a prediction. But I need that fight as a fan myself. So 78, because you got the phone, man. If you could just pick up and talk to these niggas, I'd be schooling these niggas all day long, son. All day long on the bullshit that we go through and deal with, that you fighters just overlook or don't think it's that serious until it's too late. You know? This would have never happened if you called out, you know, after the fight. Yeah, you call out Floyd. But if you call out, you know what I mean, Khan, literally, and off of yearly reviews, Khan's yearly review versus your yearly review, Khan outclassed you. Out-smoked you. If anything, he smoked you, my nigga. You know, when his fights were way more dazzling than yours. And you're talking about you want to put on certain fights one time, you knock him out, only takes one. I understand all that. But Khan is being about it, you know. I think he really got a wake-up call when he lost that title to Garcia, and Garcia scared as hell to get his ass in the ring with someone real. But I don't have time to make no bum videos on him. But shout outs to Thurman, man. Hopefully he will make that fight. If he ends up fighting Kell Brook, I'm not mad at him. Go to the UK, represent the United States like we do. Go represent yourself, nigga. Come back with that title, and then all hell gonna break loose. But you know what's funny? Let me tell y'all real quick. Let me throw this in here real quick. If nobody fights Kell Brook and Pacquiao don't want to fight, I'm going to be honest. Don't be surprised if Floyd goes over to the UK and fights Kell Brook. You know what's funny? When he said, I think it came out a minute ago. When Floyd came out and said, I got a surprise for everybody coming up, the first thing that went to my head, see y'all simple-minded motherfuckers, the first thing that went to my head was Floyd's going to fight in the UK. That's what I thought, you know. I didn't know who, but I thought he was going to fight in the UK. I thought that would have been spectacular. If Floyd fights anywhere outside the U.S., first off, he won't have to pay the fees that the United States wants, as far as your money's concerned. Second off, people will buy in crazy if he fights outside. If you're fighting in the fights in China, he would have sold that shit. Man, Pacquiao don't know what he doing. But I'm not going to go there. I thought he was going to fight over there in the UK. If he does, that should be hot. But right now, Floyd is, I told you, I sit back and shut the fuck up and just wait. Stop coming out here with all these videos about what's going to happen, this and the third. Just sit back and wait and see what unravels. Then you make your fucking videos. Call what actually happened. I'm calling what happened. Thurman looked nervous up there when he was sitting next to Khan. He looked nervous. But let me get off of here. My shit about to die. Yearly review. I want Thurman to step his game up. I want Triple G to step his game up. I saw that interview. Triple G finally said, I'm ready for war. War should be on the phone now. Calling up the manager. Yo, what's up? What's going on with the status of that resume, that application I dropped off? Because Ward already dropped off his application to fight Triple G. Pacquiao ain't dropping off his application or getting back to Floyd, because Floyd just dropped off his application. I need Thurman to drop off his application in front of motherfucking Khan, Kell Brook, Porter. You know, stay with the A side. If Floyd took on Canelo, there's no reason why you can't. Come on, my nigga. But anyway, I'm out this bitch, man.